The 30th of June will see the first coordinated national strike in decades, and the unions have promised more to come. More than 250,000 public sector workers could take part in industrial action after the ballot to strike over pension changes, job cuts and a pay freeze, and they'll be on the picket lines on the same day as 500,000 teachers. Asha Tanna has the latest.
Air traffic controllers will join other civil service staff on strike at the end of the month. The decision to walk out by PCS union members, including coastguards and those working in prisons and immigration, will mean 250,000 civil servants will join striking teachers on the same day. Rebecca Thomas works for the Equality and Human Rights Commission. She represents the most marginalised and vulnerable people in society, and now she says she's in the same category.
It makes me so angry. I stand to lose nearly £100 a month, you know, and when it finally gets to my retirement, I'm looking at a reduction of around 13 grand a year. And at the moment, that's uncountable. You know, it's a really, really awful threat to have hanging over you.
In March, hundreds of thousands of people turned out to protest over public sector cuts. But those actually striking over the government's pension reforms, pay freezes and job losses is expected to hit 750,000. Almost all public sector pensions are final salary or career average schemes, compared with just a fifth of private sector pensions, offering final salary schemes. The TUC puts the average public sector pension at £7,000 a year, but the majority get less than £5,000, while the average in the private sector is £7,500. Teachers now contribute 6.4% of salary, NHS workers 5 to 8.5%. But unions point out private sector employees contribute an average of 4.8%, and the coalition government wants public sector contributions to go up by 3% from April next year.
It is our determination that public sector pensions at the end of the reforms proposed by Lord Hutton, the Labour Pension Secretary, will continue to be among the best available, but will ask people to work longer because they're living longer and pay a bit more to have a better balance between what they pay and what other taxpayers pay.
Earlier this month, Business Secretary Vince Cable said that while the case for changing the law was currently not compelling, if there were coordinated and damaging strikes, the pressure for change would intensify, something that has angered union bosses.
I would find it ironic, really, if the government, when it's unleashing the biggest ever attack on working people, choose this time to make it harder for people to exercise their human rights.
Today, talks between the RMT union and London Underground also broke down, bringing the threat of another bout of industrial action a step closer. And with so much unrest being felt all over the country, unions are warning we could all be heading for a summer of discontent.